What is it like to be an influencer? Do you think it's easy? Do you think it's satisfying? We'd like to find out with a one-on-one interview with Mr. Jericho Peñaflor, of a young social media influencer from Davao City with 47,000 followers on TikTok, Miss Thea Bautista.
Hello and good evening. I'm Jericho Miguel M. Peñaflor from Group 14G. I will be conducting an interview with Thea Bautista, a local part-time micro-influencer from Davao. She has worked with local brands such as Latch in the City, Gaza, BTLA, and many more. She has been a part-time influencer for about 3 years now. The purpose of this interview is to explore the less glamorous side of the life of an influencer. So, Thea, how did you find yourself in this line of work?
Well, with many stuck at home during the pandemic last 2020, I found myself using my phone quite a lot. With that, I noticed how many got into TikTok, so I just decided to hop on the bandwagon and try it out myself. To cut the long story short, I discovered what I like doing most, and I found my niche. So I started creating fashion and art related TikTok videos. However, nowadays I'm not as active as before because now I need to use my time wisely as I am studying.
Mm, so TikTok is your main social media platform for your influencing.
Yes.
Okay. So what would you say? What qualities should a certain individual possess, like to qualify as an influencer?
What are the qualities? Well, honestly, anyone can become an influencer in social media as long as they put in the work. However, it is really difficult to maintain because you have a lot of competition. If I were to list out the qualities of an influencer, I guess he or she would have to be creative, authentic, consistent, and passionate.
I see. So there are often stereotypes about influencers, like well, not strictly, but like often the standard for an influencer should be in the more physically like generally attractive side. How what can you say about that? Like, does a person have to be um like conventionally attractive, or is it possible for anyone to be an influencer, as you said earlier?
For me, though, it is really possible for anyone to be an influencer because if you look at TikTok, I mean, even Facebook, Instagram, influencers, they don't look that attractive. Of- As long as you do what you love, you can be an influencer.
Okay. So the next question: did you ever feel pressure to maintain your image or reputation, and how does this affect your personal life and your personal relationships?
Well, when you're thrown into the online world where everything seems to be so perfect, of course you get pressured, especially if there's an audience waiting for you to post, to update. However, in the end of the day, you still go back to asking yourself, is doing this really what you want? Is doing this makes you happy? If it does, then I think maintaining your image won't be a problem at all. However, the weird thing and the dark side about being a micro influencer is that you're presented bare into a very large audience with different views and opinions. Sometimes people look at you differently, they treat you differently, and they expect a lot from you, which contributes to the pressure. You constantly have to keep up to their demands, their expectations, and of course the trends.
Hmm, I see. So personally, did you ever feel like you had to like live up to a certain standard set by people in social media?
Of course, especially during my early stages of being an influencer,
Hmm.
people would always comment that they want new videos every day, but I don't have that much time.
So the demand of you posting new content hasn't
Yeah,
really been an issue, but
yeah.
it has affected you in a way. So for the final question, have you ever received any backlash because of your job as an influencer, and how did that affect you?
Nowadays, backlash and negative comments are normal to influencers, and I do had my fair share of hate. Receiving and handling backlash is not easy. It affects your self esteem, your mental health, and increases your desire to stop what you're doing, which is creating content. However, in the end of the day, it is you who gets to choose what to believe.
So that that ends our questioning. Thank you again, Thea
Thank
Bautista,
you.
for thank you for agreeing with this interview.
Thank you.